Sembra difficile coinvolgere le regioni sia nei processi decisionali a Bruxelles sia in quelli che riguardano i vari stati nazionali come a Roma.
It looks to be it's rather difficult to involve regions in the decision-making process in Brussels, in Rome. What do you think about it?
It is true that regions and cities have a very crucial role to play today, but also for the future of Europe. And if we want to strengthen Europe, if we want to have a more stable and secure future for Europe, we need to involve regions and cities in the decision-making process. And it is also true that in the past years there has been a lot of involvement of regions and cities. However, today that we are getting out of this very big coronavirus crisis and we are going to the recovery phase, the European Union needs to understand, and the member states need to understand as well, that we need to involve regions more, both in the design and the implementation phase of the recovery. The resilience funds need to be interconnected with the structural funds that regions are using today all across Europe. And if we want to have a quick recovery, if we want to have a recovery that will go to every citizen of Europe, and if we want to have a recovery that will respond to the real needs of people, we need to have regions and cities in the front line. So the Committee of Regions, the European Committee of Regions is here, today in Rome, tomorrow in other countries and cities of Europe, to make sure that regional presidents and mayors, the 300 regions and the 90,000 municipalities of Europe are supporting this notion and are strengthening day by day the European Committee of Regions in its task to make our role more important in the European future.
Che sensazione ha avuto, che impressioni ha tratto dall'incontro con i presidenti delle regioni italiane e che cosa si può fare in termini di coesione e di inclusione sul fronte dei flussi migratori?
What are your feelings about this meeting with the Italian presidents of regions, and what are your ideas for the future for the migration flows?
We had today here in Rome a very interesting meeting with all the regions of Italy. And I really want to thank all of my colleagues, the President of Regions of Italy, for being here or being connected and discussing, being involved in this discussion on many aspects, from climate change to migration to the climate emergency and of course the resilience plans and the recovery plans. I have to say that when it comes to the migration issues, Europe needs to realize that the migration issue is a European issue. It's not an issue for 1, 2 or 3 countries. And that we cannot leave alone cities, villages, regions or islands to deal with the migration crisis. We need to deal with it in a European way. In other words, we have to share the responsibility of the migration crisis in all 27 member states. So the European Committee of Regions, through its proposals and through our plenary sessions, we have continuously tried to make sure that the European Union will embark on a specific policy that will share this responsibility throughout the 27 member states. And this is what we will continue doing, because the migration crisis is here and we might have new waves coming in the next months. We need to be prepared. So we need to move quicker and in a way that will make sure that the message is very clear and is conveyed. Europe needs to be here for all its citizens, all its regions and cities living at the borders of the European continent.